Welcome to ABC31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Local law enforcement is reaching out to churches to make sure houses of worship remain safe places for the community. ABC31's Joanna Phillips has tonight's big story.
Burglaries and shootings are unfortunately not an uncommon thing, even in places that are looked at by many as a safe environment, churches. A recent situation in Texas when a gunman opened fire at a church, killing 26 people and wounding 20, is still affecting churches and their members. Yesterday evening, Sheriff William Earl Hilton and other law enforcement officers held a meeting at Homewood Baptist Church in Alexandria, inviting local pastors to discuss safety in churches.
There's a lot of interest across this country on church security after the shootings that happened over in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Churches are very, very seldom ever victims of crime, but it does happen. We are just here to help Grant Parish, Vernon Parish. Some of the other parishes have already did this, and they've had some classes. There have been some concealed carry classes taught.
A number of those in attendance shared their own stories of crime in their churches to seek advice on how to prevent it. Some already had plans of action set in the event of a shooting or burglary. Sheriff Hilton also touched on the topic of pastors taking concealed carry classes.
What we're going to do after the first of the year, we're going to get the group back together and we're going to teach security of a church without weapons in. Then we'll teach another day, another time, a class that's going to have armed members in. But we've got to keep in mind one thing. That is absolutely the pastor's call. If he don't want armed people in the church, there won't be any armed people in the church. So that's a decision that he's going to have to make.
An estimate of about 150 people attended the meeting. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Alexandria's Alcohol Beverage Control Board members met in City Hall chambers to discuss a controversy over a convenience store seeking an alcohol permit. During last night's meeting, neighbors from the Lee Street area, along with City Council President Roosevelt Johnson, opposed the permit because of existing issues with loitering, crime, and littering. The convenience store owner assured board members he is working to clean up these issues, and being denied the permit to sell alcohol, he says, could hurt his business.
We want to make sure that we put the right practices in place, that we have the right protocol in place based on issues that concern the public, concern the community in South Alexandria, because the complaint has been a lot of littering, loitering, the concerns of public safety and drug activity. And we want to make sure that new owners, when they get their license, comply with the law, comply with what has been done. There's been complaint against the license.
The meeting concluded with 2 board members recommending to not approve the license, while the remaining 2 members recommended a 6-month trial period. The ultimate decision will have to be made by Mayor Jacques Roy. Johnson says he hopes a decision will be made by the mayor at some point next month. A coach in St. Landry Parish is arrested for internet crimes against children. It's 51-year-old Mark Ahn of Opelousas, who had been a basketball coach and athletic director in Grand Coteau. The arrest is through the State Attorney General's office. He is charged with attempted production of sexual abuse images and videos of children, indecent behavior, and computer-aided solicitation of a minor. A Rapides Parish teacher who sued the school board for unfair treatment again wins her case, this time from the 3rd Circuit Court of Appeals. This ruling means Patricia Powell should not have been fired, and the amount of damages she is owed will be determined by the lower court. Powell was represented in part by Mayor Jacques Roy, and her case was extensively documented by news reports in the Alexandria Town Talk. The appeals court noted the timeline of her problems with the school board spanned a 24-year period. Well, some mild conditions continue as we get closer to the holiday weekends. Let's check in now with meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Warm and unsettled weather likely to continue as we head toward Christmas. But looking at today, 71 degrees. We did pick up nearly 1/10 of an inch of rain, majority of that falling just after midnight last night as those showers and even rumbles of thunder moved through. We even had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings off to our south. But today, 71 and 62. We're going to be warm again for tomorrow, well above the average. It should be near 60 and 41. And those temperatures are going to start crashing down as we head toward Christmas Day and beyond, going through the new year. Some colder temperatures are in your forecast, and we'll be talking all about it and your travel plans across the country, how they may be affected as well, coming up just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Ross. Today, Spirits Food and Friends restaurant introduced Spirits Homegrown Markets. Spirits is not your average restaurant. Since opening on the corner of Texas Avenue and Jackson Street back in 1967, it's evolved into an Alexandria institution in a place where you can enjoy food, great service, and great live music. Today, Alexandria residents had a chance to shop homegrown food and natural products. Christmas came early for Rugg Elementary students this morning. ABC31 Shar Thomas was there to capture the special moment.
Just in time for Christmas, Academy Sports and Outdoors kicked off their 16th annual bike donation program. Every year around the holiday season, Academy selects a random school to donate over 20 bikes and helmets to. The bike donation has grown to over 110 separate events in the South, Southeast, and Midwest.
Academy has an active-minded philosophy to get kids out and outside and get them active, so we like to give bikes away for Christmas. We typically give 50 bikes and 50 helmets to deserving kids in local schools. We give around 5,000 bikes away each year.
This year, 30 Rugg Elementary students received bikes. The decision to award a bike is up to the individual schools. Some of the students have never owned a bike and were full of excitement as they received their first bicycle. Not only were the children grateful, the parents were happy as well. Mishala Brooks, mother of Trey Brooks, says Trey is obedient in the classroom and at home, so he deserves it.
Very deserving of it. He's a grade A student and he has very excellent behavior. He helps me at home with my other kids, and he's just great, and I'm very happy for him.
Rugg students were selected based off of their conduct and attendance.
So you're sitting here this morning because you are great Rugg Rams. You follow all of our rules. You work hard and come to school every day. And I'm so very, very proud of each and every one of you.
Academy encourages the students to get out and get active with their new set of wheels. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
One NFL player from Baton Rouge is making a difference for families in need this Christmas. Ron Leary is partnering with Pay Away the Layaway. Yesterday morning at Burlington Coat Factory in Baton Rouge, Leary's parents surprised many eager shoppers by paying off their kids' Christmas presents. Leary's parents say, though Ron couldn't be there in person, he's always dreamed of giving back to Baton Rouge.
So the organization is really just to give back to the community, to help inspire young people so that they'll learn, the core values of success: discipline, integrity, leadership, and faith. So, he just wanted to give something back to kind of encourage them to realize that other people do care.
The event paid for more than 10 families' Christmas gifts. Leary is also sponsoring the event in Memphis, where he played college football, as well as Denver, where he currently resides. The Catholic cardinal who was part of a dark chapter in church history has died. Plus, tax reform passes when we could see changes to our paychecks. Next on ABC 31 News. Nearly a year after taking office, President Trump is celebrating his first major legislative victory. Congress passed a major tax overhaul. The bill passed without a single vote from Democrats. ABC's Kenneth Moten reports from Washington.
President Trump's first major legislative win, a sweeping tax overhaul.
We are making America great again. You haven't heard that, have you?
The president surrounded by GOP lawmakers who helped pass the $1.5 trillion rewrite of the tax code, the largest in more than 3 decades.
It means jobs, 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 jobs. So it's going to be really a very special period of time.
The Senate passed the bill along party lines in the wee hours of the morning. Speaker Paul Ryan in the House with a redo vote Wednesday after a procedural hiccup. Republicans are promising tax cuts to help the middle class.
Well, the message to the hard-working taxpayers of America is your tax relief is on its way.
Democrats focus on the tax cuts for corporations and the rich.
Tax breaks don't lead to job creation. They lead to big CEO salaries and money for the very, very wealthy.
Now the Republicans are taking their cool victory lap, toasting it with champagne with their donors and the wealthiest. But they didn't do what they promised.
President Trump and Republicans now tasked with selling the plan to the people. Recent polls show it's unpopular with the majority of Americans.
This bill is off on the wrong foot when it comes to public perceptions. It is being sold by an unpopular president with unquestionably difficult circumstances ahead for this bill.
President Trump promised to sign the tax bill into law immediately, but the White House says there's a process before it hits the president's desk, so no date has been set. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
A key figure in the child sexual abuse scandal that marred the Catholic Church in Boston has died. Cardinal Bernard Law died yesterday at the age of 86. He resigned in disgrace as Archbishop back in 2002 amid the investigation into the abuse of children in the Boston Archdiocese. He passed away at a hospital in Rome after an illness. Walter Robinson, one of the reporters who uncovered the extent of the scandal, says the Cardinal's death will draw attention to a dark time for the Catholic Church.
The announcement of his death inevitably is going to remind people of a terribly horrific, sad moment in the history of the American Church, of which he became the emblematic figure.
Following his resignation, Law remained with the church. Facing potential criminal charges in the U.S., Law was called to Rome in 2004 and given a parish to lead, which he did so until his retirement in 2011. Ross back with us now as we march closer to Christmas and more people starting to hit the road to travel.
Yeah, and unfortunately they're going to be dealing with rain showers and even thunderstorms as we head throughout the day on Friday. The good news is temperatures are warm out there. We're not freezing like we were just a couple of short weeks ago, but those colder temperatures, well, they're back in the forecast, and it looks like as we head into the new year, they're going to be sticking around a while. That will be playing an influence on your forecast. 71 out there today. Tomorrow likely in the 70s, but how long and how quickly does that cold air come in? How much rain are we going to get? All coming up after the break. Well, it was warm out there today. We started off with some rain showers, and you might have even heard some thunder. We had even some severe warnings off to our south, but now it's 64 degrees and clear. Our dew point still not quite kind out there, near 60 degrees. We could see some fog develop once again with the moisture at the surface. Light winds and temperatures right near those dew points. It's a good recipe to see some fog early tomorrow morning. So again, allow a little extra time to get to your location as you're headed out the door early. And then looking at the radar and satellite across the area, well, as active as it was earlier is as inactive it is now. Just a few clouds lingering around. You got to look well off to the north and east before you see what the remnants of that frontal boundary that moved through last night were. And here locally, not much going on. Just a little bit of cloud cover just off to our south and east. And we'll continue to clear out, but we will also see more rain moving in not too long from now. By tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll see those rain showers once again back in the forecast, so we're remaining rather unsettled. Looking at what to expect, well, fog in the morning, otherwise cloudy, warm, and maybe even a shower by the late afternoon and early evening hours, and definitely as we head into tomorrow night. And then as we go into Friday, mostly cloudy throughout the day. We're going to be near a record once again, warm temperatures. We're going to be close to that 78 set back in 1967. And with this cold front, we could be talking about severe weather. The only limiting factor here is that it's not going to be moving very fast. So a lot of the storms will be eating up a lot of the energy that's out in front of them and then not moving very quickly. So this might be more of a rain event than a severe weather event, but still yet to be worked out there. So we'll continue to monitor that situation for you. Tomorrow, day planner starting out near 50, warming up to 67. Our high right around 72 degrees, cloudy and even a shower around in the late afternoon and evening. Looking at the weekend, this is the way things set up. Cold front stretched right across the region into the northeast. Warm air all across the southeast, but very cold air in the middle part of the country. And between here and there, snow right in the middle part of the country. This cold air will be plunging south, and it's going to be sticking around because that's where the jet is going to stay. So that colder air is going to continue to filter down in our direction. That means the storm track is also going to stay very, very active. So as we go into the new year, likely looking at more storms moving in our direction. 49 out there tonight. For the day tomorrow, 72 or 30% chance of showers late in the afternoon. And our extended forecast staying quite active, a 90% chance of rain on Saturday. Looking at 58 on Sunday, 49 for your Christmas Day forecast, and much cooler following that cold front. That's a look at your 7-day and your weather forecast. Scott?
All right, Ross, thank you very much. Deliveries by drone in the U.S. are one step closer to reality, and YouTube may be close to launching a new music service next year. Jane Keene is at the NASDAQ market site with those stories and more in today's Tech Report.
A federal advisory panel agreed on a framework for allowing law enforcement to routinely track small devices. That means delivery by drone is that much closer. The committee's report to the Federal Aviation Administration is a significant step toward widening drone flights to allow them over people, urban areas, and over long distances. Well, Facebook expanding the use of facial recognition. It will let you know when someone posts a photo of you, even if you're not tagged in it. Facebook says the new feature will let a user control their own image. The company will also tell you when anyone, friend or not, uses a photo of you in their profile picture. Well, there's a warning about buying internet-connected devices from eBay. Court says when you're buying from a third-party seller, it's a lot more difficult to tell where the products have come from, whether you're getting exactly what you think you're getting, and if anything has been done to the product since it was manufactured. It could even expose you to extreme situations, like devices that listen to you or attack other devices in your home. And YouTube entered into a long-term deal with Sony Music as well as Universal Music in a move that will likely help it launch a new music service next year. YouTube's new streaming music service reportedly being referred to internally as Remix. That's according to Bloomberg. A bonus for YouTube music streaming services that it could be optimized to access video, including live concerts and music videos. From the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, I'm Jane King with your Tech Report.
Coming up, NSU football coach Brad Laird talks about the early signing period. Plus, the Demons women's basketball team set a pair of school records this afternoon in a win over Central Baptist. Nick has the details coming up next in sports.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Frank. The first day of the college football early signing period was today as the NSU Demons look to lock down some recruits for the future. First-year coach Brad Laird inked 4 junior college players, especially filling a massive position of need.
And we knew going in we were going to exclusively stick with the junior college guys. And you look at linebackers, and we were able to sign 2. We lost some very good players off of last year's team, and we need to regroup in that area with Blake Stevenson from Trinity Valley and Quinn Whitley from Holmes Junior College.
So here are the 4 early signees for the Demons. Coach Laird already talked about the 2 incoming linebackers, but joining that duo will be 6'5" offensive lineman Khalil Corbet, Canada, and quarterback Shelton Epler. Both those players went to Trinity Valley College, along with Blake Stevenson. The NSU women's basketball team has been playing some upper division competition as of late and has been on the wrong end of every one of those games. Well, this afternoon the Lady Demons got to flip the script against Central Baptist. In a game in which second-year head coach Jordan Dupuis sent out a new starting 5, the Demons set a pair of school records in an 87-22 win. The Demons established a new school record for most steals in the game with 35 and fewest points allowed with 22. In addition to those records, the Demons also set new single-game bests in fewest field goals allowed and turnovers forced. Coach Dupuis had sent a message to his team before the game, and they obviously listened.
He just said that we needed to work on being more aggressive. We struggled to just be aggressive all game, 40 minutes, so he wanted us to trap every opportunity, fire if we thought we could do it. He wanted us to go, just be aggressive, run around, go hard. He was like, if you make a mistake going hard, I won't be mad. So we were just going out and giving everything we had.
Record for the world's largest Christmas stocking now belongs to a town in Missouri. Kids in Sedalia rolled out the 177-foot long, 72-foot wide Christmas spectacle, beat the previous record held by a town in Italy. A team of local community members stitched the giant stocking by hand for 3 months so they could have it ready for Christmas. This was done in conjunction with a fundraiser to help struggling families over the holidays. Organizers are looking to hang the stocking on the town's water tower next holiday season because, well, I'm not sure it would actually fit anywhere else. Following the 6 o'clock newscast every night this week is Sounds of the Holiday Season. Local choirs and bands from area schools will bring you all your favorite sounds in a special 30-minute segment. Tonight's Sounds of the Season will feature choirs from Tioga High School, Paradise Elementary, and Pineville High School.
It's been fun to watch.
A lot of good music coming out of there.
Yeah. Sure they could fit out the entire bands in that giant stocking.
I mean, what else are you going to put in there? Construction equipment?
I guess. I don't know.
The world's largest
teddy
candy
bear.
cane?
Yeah. I don't know.
Put a lot of world's largest stuff in that stocking.
Then that would probably be another world record.
It would.
Right.
And then we would probably talk about it.
I'm sure we would.
Just wait.
Just fit the water tower inside the stocking.
That's right. Cover it up.
Cover it up just a year long.
Sock. Keep it warm.
Yeah.
Don't need it. Temperatures out there this week. You don't need anything to keep you warm until Sunday. 58 degrees, 29 as we go into Christmas morning. Only warming up to near 50 for Christmas Day, but plenty of sunshine. So there's some gift for you.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
ABC31 KLAX, the exclusive provider of ABC programming in Central Louisiana. We are the only station where you can watch new, first-run ABC programs like Dancing with the Stars, Designated Survivor,
Strike the enemy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's can deliver. Damn right.
Hi, I'm Michael Bailey. Call me at the number on the screen. See how easy and affordable television advertising can be.